Welcome back. We're keeping our eye on ag with a local producer today, Fresh Vintage Farms. If you've fallen into the rabbit hole on the web while researching seed oils, then you want to know about this family-owned company. Born out of Turlock, Fresh Vintage Farms makes cold-pressed artisan oils from locally sourced tree nuts. This husband and wife duo, Tommy and Tara Tickenoff, are third-generation farmers, and they founded Fresh Vintage Farms in 2019. Since then, they have been committed to sustainability, keeping their production as close to home as possible. The tree nuts used in Fresh Vintage Farm oils are all grown within a 90-mile radius of Turlock, and the bottling facility is in Turlock as well. But this is what should sell you on their products. All of Fresh Vintage Farms artisan cooking oils are made using cold-pressed extraction. This is a major difference from most of the seed oils that you see at the grocery store, which are extracted using expellers at like 450 degrees or higher. That method is believed to remove any nutritional value, and some of these cheaper oils are actually start out with non-food grade nuts. So cold-pressed oils, while they're even a little more expensive and much more labor intensive, they're much better for you, and they preserve the nutritional value of the nut, which is something that Fresh Vintage Farms is passionate about. So here I have from Fresh Vintage Farms, I have cold pressed walnut oil and cold pressed almond oil. So because they're cold pressed, you know, sometimes if you buy olive oil, maybe it's not extra virgin, maybe you're buying vegetable oil, it really doesn't have a flavor. You can just feel the oil in your mouth. It has a mouthfeel more than a flavor. These oils, this is the walnut oil right here. It tastes like walnut. I mean, it has a nutty flavor. So these oils can be used to cook with or in place of other seed oils. The walnut oil has a fairly low smoke point, so you don't want to get it too hot while you're cooking. So I would use the walnut oil for things like dressings or dips. If you like to make homemade hummus, that would be great for that. If you like homemade bean dip, that would be fabulous for that as well. But I just like to dip a little bit of my sourdough or my French bread in. Usually I use extra virgin olive oil, but this is a fun twist. So this is just walnut oil with a bit of, I have some like Italian seasoning, some crushed red pepper, some salt, some pepper, and a baguette. This is a garlic baguette. It's delicious. I love it, and it gives it like a nice, nutty, well-rounded flavor. This is a great and fun way if you're going to have wine. Now the almond oil, it has a medium to high smoke point, so it can be heated up like extra virgin olive oil if you're sauteing or roasting. So Fresh Vintage Farms actually has great recipes for garlic baked potatoes. So here we followed that recipe, and we have some baked potatoes here, these little ho-ho potatoes. And when you're done, so these were baked with the almond oil, and then when you're done, you're just going to add a little more drizzle of the olive oil, add some garlic, throw in some fresh parsley, toss that around, and you have this beautiful, nutty take on these garlic potatoes. And I love the flavor that it adds. So you can find more of their recipes. We will put oh my hands, I hate my hands. We'll put the links to Fresh Vintage Farms on our website, so you can check out their oils and see the difference in cold pressed.